What's up, guys? Today we are talking. Man, I didn't realize how loud this table was. Anyway, today we are talking about the Insta360 X3, my first 360 camera that I've ever gotten. I honestly, I thought that 360 cameras were kind of a gimmick for a very long time. Like, I thought it'd be kind of silly and not really get anything good done, not really be something that you can actually use to make videos or to do anything on the production side of things. But I gotta be completely honest with you guys. This thing slaps. First impressions, the packaging is very, very sleek. It almost kind of reminds me of, the old iPhone boxes, just very, very thick, and you have like a nice air cushion. Everything is well contained. Like, it very much so reminds me of the old iPhone packaging, which honestly is some of my favorite packaging that I've ever opened. Samsung's done a decent job recently, but I absolutely love the old iPhone packaging with the soft touch film on everything and all that. It's super sleek, super nice. Now, this table is so loud, I'm so sorry. Now, for the actual camera, the Insta360 itself, the build quality on this thing is exceptional. I have not seen a action camera, 360 or not, on the market that looks and feels as good as the Insta360 X3 does. Like, the battery door is nice and clicky. It has a decent detent on its spring. I gotta be for real. It's really premium. That's the word that I would use, premium. Every inch of this thing feels premium. It feels like it's not going to fall apart. It's very durable. I know this from personal experience. And I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised. Because like I said, I thought that this thing was just going to be a gimmick. It was gonna have poor quality control, poor video quality, poor mic quality, not have any accessories, and I was proven very, very wrong. The first thing that proved me wrong was the durability of the lenses. Because this thing, I used it on one shoot. Unfortunately, the selfie stick that I bought from Amazon had a defect and I didn't know it. And this thing fell, and it fell hard. And from what I can tell thus far, even though it does have a couple of scratches and nicks on the lenses, it's been completely unaffected. It took the hit like a champ, which, hell, I wouldn't expect most things to take a hit as well as this did. Insta360 doesn't advertise that this thing is drop proof or resistant or anything like that on anywhere on their website. But this thing takes hits better than some of the best action cameras that I've ever had. It takes hit better than a GoPro. I'll just put it to you that way. Okay, so enough about me and my mishaps and the things that I did that didn't make sense and dropping things out of trees. And let's kind of get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into what you probably came here for, and I'm sorry, my neighbors are tearing their house down or something. I don't know what. Yeah. But nitty gritty, get down into the video quality of this camera. From what I've read, seeing that this is my first 360 camera and I haven't had any other 360 cameras, but from what I've read about, you know, the GoPro Max and a few of the other 360 cameras out there on the market, this specifically for video has the absolute highest resolution 360 video of any consumer camera. So this thing shoots 5.7K 360 video. That's about 4K, over 4K and a half. It's really good when it comes to video. It's exceptional. Honestly, I don't think of course we're going to get better as you know, the days go on, but I don't think you need better. I really don't. I really don't think you need much more than what you got here, video quality wise, to get the job done. Yeah, you know, if you use their reframing algorithm in the studio on the computer and all of that, you might end up with some lower quality video. If you zoom in too much or do anything like that. But if you're working in Premiere or you're working in DaVinci Resolve and you have some of the reactor plugins that are specifically for 360 video, you don't even got to worry about that. It's a damned good camera. It has a damn good resolution. It has absolutely incredible stabilization, and I'll probably either show you now or cut in some footage of where we took this thing and what we did with it. Its stabilizations completely, absolutely freaking awesome. I was surprised how well it stuck and tracked a subject while it was, you know, hopping around doing what it was doing. And the whole time it didn't skip a beat, never shut off, never overheated. And you know, 5.7K is nothing to sneeze at. It's intense. It's labor intensive, especially for a device this small, a device this thin. I just realized I'm wearing a black shirt with black curtains behind me, and this is black. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna change shirts. Got that postal service drip on, you know, because I'm delivering the hits. But like I was saying, this camera, video quality, absolutely out of this world. It's great. One of the other things that I really like about this camera that I did not see as a feature in a lot of the other 360 cameras that I was looking at when I decided to buy this one, the X3, was that it actually has a single lens mode. And you can use it just like a regular action camera, but the FOV is way higher. So you can pretty much get, sorry. You can pretty much get the entirety of what's in front of you in frame while you're mountain biking, surfing. Honestly, I was thinking about switching to this from my Osmo Action 2 for my POV series stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Because honestly, this is really, really, really good in single lens mode, and it's solid 4K. So you get 4K footage stabilized with their flow state stabilization, which is awesome. It essentially makes it like, it completely negates the need to put something on a gimbal or strap a DJI Osmo Pocket 2 to your chest like I was doing for a while there. It's buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. Another feature that is really cool with the Insta360 X3 is that you can take 72 megapixel 360 still photos, which I didn't think was something I would ever need or want, but after I bought it for the one shoot that I did take it on, I started doing some real estate stuff and some corporate 360 photos for like my wife's salon to get the interiors there, and having the option of a 72 megapixel 360 photo to throw up on Google, Google Maps, or to put together for, your portfolio as a photographer or anything like that, or just document the things that you're out doing, having fun. I really wish that I had this when we went on that trip to Greeter Falls and did the kayaking and all that stuff. Like, I couldn't imagine how much better the sequence of Greeter Falls would have been, of us, kayaking to the falls would have been, if I had a 360 camera and could reframe the video however I want to. Also, of course, it's an action camera, so it has active HDR. It has the stabilization. It has 360 horizon lock, so you can turn this any which way, even while you're recording, and it will still record as if it was stationary. So the way that it stitches the video and figures out where everything is, you don't have to worry about any sort of, while I lean to the side, is the camera going to be lean to the side, or you hit a bump really hard and it rotates the camera some. You won't have to worry about any of that causing problems. It will always be perfectly horizon. The one thing I will say is, when you get it, make sure that you go into the settings and calibrate the gyros. And to do that, you just open the settings, scroll way down, you see gyro calibration, and you plop it down on a flat surface, hit calibrate, let it finish, and you'll be good to go. I did notice when the first time I used it, just to kind of test everything, just straight out of the box, the stabilization didn't work too well, and I was kind of confused. I was kind of worried, but the calibration works just fine once you calibrate the gyro. So make sure you do that. That's my important tip of the day, is make sure to calibrate the gyros. Don't use whatever it comes with out of the box. Calibrate it where you are, at least once. You can calibrate it every time you use it if you want to, but every so often I would, go into the menu and calibrate the gyro. So one of the super cool features that everyone is talking about the X3 is this invisible selfie stick. And the invisible selfie stick is just this part here. This is the bullet time mod and the tripod feet, which honestly, the tripod feet, they're kind of flimsy. I don't like that they're plastic and they bend so much. Like, that's a lot of flex for a tripod, something that's gonna be holding something as long as that, which I can't even really show you in frame, but I could touch you guys with it. It's about 4 foot long, and it just, with these really soft tripod feet, that's just it just doesn't work. You end up dropping something. So I am thinking about getting a monopod, but it's really difficult to find a monopod that's this thin so that the stitching of the cameras, the 2 lenses, will hide it, because that's how they do it. So each lens sees 180 degrees, and it's at the plane of the actual camera, so it doesn't see past the edge of the lens on the side of the camera. So anything that fits inside this light gray piece in the middle of it won't be, that light gray piece here won't be shown when you're recording. So I haven't found a regular monopod with some decent feet on it that'll do as well as this with hiding itself. But if you guys have any recommendations, I would love to hear it, because I really want to get something a little sturdier than this to have this camera on. But having an invisible thing where I can hold the selfie stick out with the camera on it and you won't see the selfie stick Or I could attach the selfie stick to something. You can't see the selfie stick. It's almost like you have a drone right there next to you, or hell, 10 foot away, because they do sell a 10-foot version of this selfie stick, the heavier duty one. But it still doesn't come with tripod feet, which I'm not gonna spend $100 on something that also doesn't come with tripod feet that I really wish had tripod feet, because I would kind of tie the whole invisible selfie stick together in my eyes, especially when you have things like, you know, HDR photos that you can take that are 360 for, you know, real estate and corporate stuff. I feel like being able to have a beefier selfie stick and a beefier tripod is important. I feel like that's one of my cons for this. As for it being waterproof, I have yet to test that, because I don't really have a lot of water around where I am that you would want to put this in. Most of the water around me, I'm here in Georgia, and most of the water around me is full of clay and muddy, and you can't see anything in it. So it doesn't really make sense for me to stick this in muddy water, because I'm not gonna see anything and it's gonna get gross and I'm gonna have to clean it. But supposedly it is waterproof to 33 feet. And with all of these seals that are on the different doors and all of the waterproofing here on the battery and inside the battery compartment, I feel like 33 feet is a reasonable assumption for it to be waterproof. Most things are at least water resistant. This has a lot of rubber seals and a lot of specific things that I know would help it be waterproof to at least 33 feet. So I'm fairly certain that that claim is accurate. So the next thing I want to talk about, I guess, is accessories. And I don't have very many accessories for this thing. Like I said, I have the bullet time tripod feet thing, and essentially that's the thing that allows you to do the spin it around your head and look like you're in the Matrix. So I have that. I have the invisible selfie stick, which is very, very, very lightweight. And I know I talked a lot of crap about the invisible selfie stick, but I do like how lightweight it is. It allows you to be able to hold this thing for a long time without, you know, your arm falling off. I have the lens cap, which did not come in the kit that I bought. I had to buy the lens cap separately. It came with like a protective bag that I've already lost, so lens cap is important. And then I also bought the mic adapter for it, so that I can actually hook up my DJI mic to it while I am out and about doing, like I said, doing the POV series. So I feel like that's gonna be invaluable in upping the production quality of my POV series. So we'll see how that goes here shortly. I got a couple of videos that are gonna be coming out in the next couple of weeks that are using this, and I haven't started editing them yet, but I hope that they aren't garbage. So yeah. Something that I really do enjoy about the Insta360 community, though, is that there are so many little things that people have made on Thingiverse and on printables that you can 3D print for this. So this particular piece is a piece, well, I have it on backwards, but it's a piece that you put on, and you put your thing on the selfie stick or whatever other attachment you want to put it onto, and it allows you to slot the DJI mic receiver directly to the camera. And this is like 3 cents worth of, you know, 3D printing plastic that you were able to do. And I've seen a couple of things on, you know, on B&H Photo to do exactly that. They're like $60 and they're plastic. So it was really nice to be able to 3D print one. I also 3D printed this little 1/4-20 stand for it, a little blue plastic stand, so that I can just have it sit and not worry about it falling over. And there's a ton of other accessories for this thing, like an absolute ton. There's a quick reader that allows you to just plug the USB-C from the Insta360 straight into your phone, so you don't have to worry about using Wi-Fi to transfer files. There's a dive case, which I kind of want to get, because I've been wanting to go scuba diving. I've never done that, so I'm wanting to go scuba diving, and I really think the dive case would help me, you know, do that safely and effectively. Overall, I feel like if you are in the market for either an action camera or in the market to, you know, do some live streaming stuff, if you're in the market to get a camera that will allow you to do webcam stuff, like full 360 webcams, where you can have people sitting on both sides of a table or anything like that and still show them on the same Zoom call. This also does that. There's a ton of features. It is chock full of features, and I couldn't list them all in one video. It'd be too long. I'd be here for 45 minutes. Overall, I really do think that this is hands down right now the best action camera, 360 camera, just best bang for your buck when it comes to cameras that aren't a DSLR or mirrorless camera right now. It really is. And I think that this is going to stay in my bag at all times, whether I'm out on a regular, you know, portrait shoot or I'm going out to film a YouTube video. This is coming with me everywhere because there's not a thing that it can't do and do well at that. I guess what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you the reason I bought this 360 camera in its entirety. It was a commercial for a tree trimming company here in Georgia that I think turned out very, very, very good. And it's all because of this camera.
It's rotten in the middle. Stand where the logs are.
That's all that I have for you guys this week. I really, really like this camera. I hope that, you know, you take my review with a grain of salt and kind of do a little bit of your own research too. And just make sure to hit that like button, hit the bell, and I'll see you guys later. Keep creating. Peace.